It was a homecoming for President Jonathan as PDP stalwarts and supporters thronged Yenagoa, Bayelsa State, South Nigeria for the PDP presidential rally. With cheers, the people welcomed President Jonathan and his entourage into the campaign arena. President Jonathan thanked the people of the South for giving him the opportunity to represent them in governance from deputy governorship to presidential level. He promised to do more to bring the dividends of democracy to the doorsteps of the people. Other speakers, including Vice President Mohammed Namadi Sambo, the Minister of Petroleum Resources, described President as a true leader who has all it takes to turn around the fortunes of Nigeria for the benefit of all. Women from the Southeast Zone under the All Progressives Congress APC converged at the Dan Anyam Stadium, Owerri, to mobilize support as well as canvass votes for General Muhammadu Buhari and other candidates of the party in the forthcoming general elections. In her remarks, Women Coordinator Rocha's campaign organization, Mrs. Gertrude Oduka, advised women to ensure they collect their permanent voter cards to vote APC and elect General Muhammadu Buhari. The women demonstrated their solidarity to the party with a march past. APC party chieftains, including Hajia Aisha Muhammadu Buhari and the wife of Professor Yemi Oshibajo, the party's vice presidential candidate, were in attendance. The Senate leader, Senator Victor Ndoma Egba, has reaffirmed his unalloyed loyalty to the People's Democratic Party PDP, despite all odds. He stated this on arrival at his country home in Ikom town. Correspondent Ekpo Amaku now reports.
The senator, while addressing a mammoth crowd of supporters on his arrival at Ikom, advised party faithful to throw their weight behind President Goodluck Jonathan to ensure success in the forthcoming polls. Being his first appearance at home after the party primaries, he assured members that he is not deterred by the loss of opportunity to return to the National Assembly.
In spite of what happened, we will still go vote for President Goodluck. We will give him every support. Yes. I will remain in PDP. Amen.
The senator also admonished party faithful to eschew violence before, during.
With cheers, the people welcomed Jonathan and his entourage into the campaign arena. The people of the South for giving him the opportunity to represent them in governance from deputy governorship to presidential level. He promised to do more to bring the dividends of democracy.
Let me assure my children, especially the younger generation of Bayelsans, that we will even do more and will make sure that everybody, in one way or the other, tastes the fruits of democracy. I know you love me, you like me, and I love you, I like you. And let me also use this opportunity to make it very clear that for me to work very hard and help our people, I am working with the governor of the state. You have to work with the governor of the state. For you to benefit from us, we are together, we work together to bring the dividends of democracy to this state.
Dr. Goodluck Jonathan has done a lot for Nigeria women. And he has done a lot for Bayelsa women. At the same time, Goodluck Jonathan has taken that empowerment to federal level.
Other speakers, including Vice President Mohammed Namadi Sambo, the Minister of Petroleum Resources, described President Jonathan as a true leader who has all it takes to turn around the fortunes of Nigeria for the benefit of all. Candidate of COA Party, Professor Oluyemi Shonaya, says if elected as the President of Nigeria in the 14 February polls, she will institute a social welfare program that will give all Nigerians a sense of belonging and pride in the country. She said this in Ile-Ife while flagging off her campaign in Osun State, southwest Nigeria. Tokwe Alabi now reports.
Prior to her entry into politics, Professor Oluyemi Shonaya was a linguistics lecturer at the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, the only female presidential candidate contesting in the 2015 presidential election is an indigene of Ibadan, Oyo State. From Ile-Ife, Tokwe Alabi, Nta News.
Women from the Southeast Zone under the All Progressives Congress APC converged at the Dan Anyam Stadium, Owerri, to mobilize support as well as canvass votes for General Muhammadu Buhari and other candidates of the party in the forthcoming general elections. In her remarks, Women Coordinator, the Senate leader, Senator Victor Ndoma Egba, has reaffirmed his unalloyed loyalty to the People's Democratic Party PDP, despite all odds. He stated this on arrival at his country home in Ikom town. Correspondent Epo Amaku has the details.
The senator, while addressing a mammoth crowd of supporters on his arrival at Ikam, advised party faithful to throw their weight behind President Goodluck Jonathan to ensure success in the forthcoming polls. Being his first appearance at home after the party primaries, he assured members that he is not deterred by the loss of opportunity to return to the National Assembly.
In spite of what happened, we will still go vote for President Goodluck. We will give him every support. Yes. I will remain in PDP.
The senator also admonished party faithful to eschew violence before, during, and after the elections. In Calabar, Paul Abel, Nta.
The Northern Ethnic Youth Group Assembly are canvassing support for President Goodluck Jonathan's re-election in the February 14 presidential election. They stated this during a town hall meeting in Kefi local government area of Nasarawa State. Correspondent Suleiman Oke Musa has the details.
Convener of the groups, Usman Okai Austin, says President Goodluck Jonathan has performed creditably, which necessitated the group's call for his re-election.
We are targeting at integrations, bridging the gaps between the regional barrier, the ethnic barrier, and the religion dichotomy.
Some speakers at the event encouraged Nigerians to get their permanent voters' cards to exercise their civil responsibility peacefully. From Kefi, Suleiman Ove Musa, NTA News.
Responsibilities was the theme of a meeting in London between the UK chapter of the People's Democratic Party PDP and some members of the British Parliament. Our Yusuf Funtua reports that top on the agenda was total support for the re-election of President Goodluck Jonathan in the February polls.
With the general election fast approaching, the PDP UK chapter took their campaign to the British Parliament to showcase the achievements of President Goodluck Jonathan in the last 4 years and to also project Nigeria in a positive light to the international community. Emphasis by various speakers was on the need for Nigerians to exercise their civic duties by coming out and must vote for their chosen candidates as their only weapon that can influence decisions.
We believe that he has laid sound foundation for the progress of Nigeria, and that we believe that the challenges he's facing are long-term challenges, and he has been tackling them, and it needs time to consolidate.
Take the message to the people. we are talking to the converts. There are people I call the virgin voters, the people who are not engaged yet, and there are millions.
The Nigerian High Commissioner to the UK, Dr. Ahadisar Kitafida, was represented by the head of political section in the mission and the British Parliament by the chair, Home Affairs Committee.
The vote, the cross on the piece of paper, is the most effective way for people to have control of their governments.
The President Jonathan supporters said even though they don't have the franchise to vote for their chosen candidate, they are deeply involved in effective voter sensitization and mass mobilization for his re-election in Nigeria and in the diaspora. From London, Hawa Yusuf Fantua, NTA News.
A forum aimed at knocking the doors of all Nigerians for peace has been unveiled in Abuja. Adebola Brookslyn Sunday reports that the project is coming as a result of the security challenges being faced in some parts of Nigeria. The report.
With their signatures, members of the Knock Knock for Peace are knocking on the doors of all Nigerians, irrespective of any difference, to engage, counsel, encourage, promote, and propagate peace in every part of the country. Leader of the group, Mariam Abdullahi, says the women and youths are always at the receiving end, and now is the right time as the nation goes into the 2015 February elections.
Not just going to knock on the door and say we are talking about peace. If the person is hungry, of course he will be angry. And so we also embark on training on families, which is a free training for families.
Peace is not the absence of war. It's not the absence of conflict. But living for the sake of each other is the pathway to peace. So if we can sacrifice ourselves for the sake of each other, then peace will reign.
Everyone should do exactly what they feel is right. Support whom you think is going to take this country to the next level, and just do what is right. Do not encourage your neighbor, your brother, your sister to fight. Encourage them to live in peace.
Prayer for Peace and the Knock Knock for Peace logo was unveiled, while some members were inaugurated to take the message to all nooks and crannies of the nation.
Be merciful, to us, your people. Spare this nation, Nigeria.
Knock Knock for Peace initiative is the project of Women for Peace in Nigeria, with membership spread across the 36 states of the country and the Federal Capital Territory of Abuja. Adebola Brookslyn Sunday, NTA News.
You're watching the news on Nta International, live from Abuja, Nigeria. For a review of the major stories, you heard that it was homecoming presidential candidates as the presidential campaign team were in Bayelsa State with promise to do more for the people after his re-election bid come February 14. We also told you that the national president of CAN has enjoined politicians not to overheat the polity while appealing to Nigerian leaders to pray for a peaceful election in the country. Reports coming after the break. Staff of Ministry of Science tutored on applying technology infrastructure in electoral process. Plus, advancing women's reproductive health, United Nations Population Fund donates vehicles. Stay tuned for this and more.
The good deeds of President Jonathan.
My name is Noel Donisha, a public servant. The only Nigerian that is using the Akon stair lift in the public building installed by Dr. Goodluck Jonathan when he was governor of Bayelsa State. I am Goodluck.
I am Patience Agumile Ibitsi, the first female powerlifter in Nigeria, a six-time world holder and the first female powerlifter in Nigeria and also in West Africa. I am Goodluck.
I am Honorable Daniel Hat, the immediate past National Secretary of the Joint National Association of Persons with Disabilities. and had led a team of 6 persons with disabilities in the national conference as federal government delegates. I am Goodluck.
My name is Daniel Owe, legal practitioner. I'm Goodluck.
Vote for Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. Vote PDP 2015.
In 2015, the fear of election violence is looming because election violence affects lives, properties, and businesses. No one is exempted from the effects of election crisis. The National Orientation Agency, with its partners, is putting together the biggest peace advocacy drive for the 2015 elections, where we all, with one voice, have one message and one goal: do the right thing. #WagePeace2015. This call to action is to the public and private sector, corporate organizations, civil society groups, international community, and the well-meaning Nigerians to come, endorse, and sponsor the biggest peace advocacy drive. The unveiling and sponsorship will take place at the State House Conference Hall, Abuja, by 10 a.m. on the 9th of February 2015. Do the right thing. Wage peace, not war.
In 2012, the Nigerian government reduced the amount of subsidy paid on petroleum products and chose to invest its 41% share of the safe subsidy funds into the Subsidy Reinvestment and Empowerment Program, SURE-P. Today, we'll look at the numbers. SURE-P has achieved 50% decrease in maternal mortality rates and 40% decrease in neonatal mortality rates in Nigeria. Over 8,500 skilled workers have been employed for public works. Over 1,000 mass transit buses have been provided for the public, and 40 Priority 1 roads are undergoing maintenance throughout the country. SURE-P has created 185,000 jobs, placed over 20,000 graduates in the graduate internship program, and trained over 1,000 auto technicians at the National Automotive Council. 1,200 health facilities have been supplied with drugs and medical equipment. 520,000 pregnant women have received care, resulting in over 100,000 deliveries in SURE-P MCH facilities. These are just some of the ways SURE-P is making life better for you and I.
SURE-P, delivering service with integrity.
Thanks for staying tuned. The application of technology infrastructure in the electoral process further explains the inevitability of technology innovation in the conduct of elections. Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Abdul Bulama, at a conference to keep staff of the ministry abreast of global best practice, said it is also important to extend technology application training to the youths. Kerian Umeayo now reports.
With science and technology innovation policy, it is imperative for the ministry to play a leadership role towards sensitizing and equipping Nigerians, especially the youth, with skills and technological tools used by advanced democracies in electoral process. Permanent Secretary, Minister of Science and Technology, Mrs. Winifred Oyoita, noted that deployment of technology infrastructure enhances transparency in the electoral process.
Innovative technologies have been deployed to ensure heat-free electoral processes. The ministry secured the support of the UNDP to execute a project with focus on sensitizing Nigerians, especially the youth, on the use of technology in the electioneering process.
Application of election technology effectively, experts say, requires understanding of the problems and how technology can address them. In Abuja, Kirin.
The national president of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, Pastor Ayo Orushejafo, has challenged politicians not to overheat the polity, calling on Nigerian leaders to pray for peaceful elections. The CAN president was speaking at a retreat by the National Christian Elders Forum in Abuja. Ruben Okala tells us more.
With the theme, The Nigerian Church in the New Century, Opportunities and Challenges, the two-day retreat is considering various challenges confronting the nation with a view to providing solutions to them. Addressing the gathering, the CAN president regretted the state of insecurity in the northeast of Nigeria and tasked participants to suggest ways of tackling it.
We are first and foremost Nigerians before we can be classified by gender or by religion.
Ahead of February 14 general election, the CAN president urged politicians to be civil in their utterances.
it is not a do or die affair. Let us remember that elections will come and go, but Nigeria should and will remain.
General Joshua Dogunyaro is the chairman of the event.
We are rubbing our minds to see that we have the same focus as to how to get peace in this country by way of prayer.
Participants prayed for a peaceful election. In Abuja, Ruben Okala, NT News.
The arraignment of the April 14 Yanya bomb suspect has again been shifted to the 20th of February. This is to allow 5 of the 7 suspects have legal representation in their trial. Judiciary correspondent Femi Okeowo reports.
7 persons suspected to have a link with the April 14, 2014 Yaya bombing were in court on Friday. But only 2 of them, the prime suspect Aminu Sadiq Oguche and Abubakar Ibrahim, had lawyers representing them. This made it impossible for the prosecution to proceed with the arraignment, since it is a constitutional requirement for anybody standing for any criminal charge to be represented by a legal practitioner of his choice. Justice Ramat Mohammed therefore fixed the 20th of February for their arraignment, saying this is enough time for the suspects to seek for legal representation. The suspects will, however, remain in the custody of the State Security Service pending the date of the arraignment. In Abuja, Femi Okeowo, NTA.
You're watching the news on Nta International, reaching you from Abuja, Nigeria. Time now for another break. Do stay with us.
Nigeria, a nation on the move. Together, we need strength, focus, discipline, and most importantly, a team player. We refuse to be caught up in old ways. We are moving forward. Good luck, Abele Jonathan. Keep moving forward.
Now to sports update. Minister of Sports, Tanimu Danagogo, tasks the private sector on partnership in sports development as Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire set for a repeat of the 1992 final of African Cup of Nations Sunday in Equatorial Guinea. Ayodeji Makinde has more.
Minister of Sports Tammy Danagogo has called on the private sector to intensify their efforts at promoting sporting activities in the country. Danagogo, who made the call Friday in Abuja while unveiling the Football Fans Festival logo, observed that such projects would engender healthy interactions and sportsmanship amongst football fans within and outside the nation.
True essence of sport is not just to win competitions, but is to ensure that you unify people, you bring joy to a people.
Black Stars of Ghana and Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire will contest the final of the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations Sunday in a West African derby and a repeat of the 1992 edition. Ghana beat host Equatorial Guinea 3-0 in the second semi-final on Thursday to reach the grand finale. The encounter, however, witnessed suspension of game towards the end as a result of fans' outrage, which left some Ghanaian fans with injuries. Meanwhile, Equatorial Guinea and Democratic Republic of Congo will battle for the 3rd place on Saturday. 30 players from the northern part of the country under the age of 17 are currently participating in the Nigeria Basketball Federation Prospect Camp, which got underway Friday in Abuja. Organizers say talents discovered at the 2-day camping exercise will be monitored and nurtured into the country's senior national team.
I believe it's a very busy year for us. There is under 18, there is under 16, and there's a basketball without borders that has been constant for a while.
Nigeria is aiming to unseat continental champions Angola. With sports updates, Ayodeji Makinde, NTA News.
Sports updates wraps up the news. Thanks for watching. I'm Taiwo Odugbeson.
Presidential debate, Sunday, February 8, 2015, 12 noon to 2 p.m., first session, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., second session, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., third session, at the African Hall, International Conference Center, Abuja.
The debate, which will feature presidential candidates of the 14 political parties approved by INEC for the elections, will be transmitted live by all radio and television stations operating in the Federation under the auspices of the Broadcasting Organizations of Nigeria, BON.
It will also be streamed on all social media platforms. Make informed choices.
NEDG, deepening healthy political culture in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Weekend Deal, 6:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. every Saturday and Sunday. Africa's biggest deal.
Weekend Deal. You are watching NTA, Nigerian Television Authority. For more information and news updates, visit our website at www.nta.ng, or you can follow us on Twitter at NTA News Now, or you can like us on Facebook at NTA Network News. Stay connected on our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/NTA News Online. Watch our live stream at www.nta.ng/live. NTA, you can't beat the rich.